Hi, this is Penny Halverson again. I'm here at Guffs, and we're going to review a couple more of my vintage games that we didn't quite get through the last time I did the video. Well, I dug in my closet and I found this one, Careers, and they did make an updated version of Careers, but it wasn't as good as this one, I don't think. I guess I'm just kind of stuck on this one. And in this one, you have a life plan that you make out, and you got either fame, love, and money, and you make out a life plan of that, and you want to you get 60 points to start with, and you can divide that up any way you want to into either love or fame or money. And to win the game, you want to fulfill whatever amount you have. If you say 30 hearts, which is your love, you want to get 30 hearts. If you say you want $10,000, you have to have that in cash. And then to do the fame, you'd say maybe 20, because that's 20, 10, and 30. And you can do it any way you want. Every person playing gets to make their choice of how they want to divide up those 60 points. And during your path, you have all kinds of different careers you can go into. You can go to college, and that gives you pay raises, so you get more money. You have experience cards that gives you moves, so you don't have to shake the dice, because sometimes when you shake the dice, you land places you don't want to be. And these you can move. It say may move 4 squares, or 2, or 1, and get to a square maybe that you need to be on to get more hearts or stars or whatever you're trying to collect at the time. You have different careers you can go into. When you go to college, you can do the sports, you can do showbiz, politics, space, big business, and somewhere along the line on some of these you have taxes you have to pay, and you also have hospital if you get sent to the hospital, or unemployment if you get on the square that tells you to go to unemployment. And they also have one called the Hawaii holiday, where you gather hearts as you sit there, but you have to shake like under a 7 every time to stay there and gather hearts. And throughout the paths of the careers, you've got different things that happen. You can earn lots of money in some of the careers. Like big business, you'd earn money, you get places where you can get bigger pay raises and more money. And in sports, you get lots of hearts, and then you get a big pay raise if you happen to land on the 1. And in space, you can get all 3, but you miss your payday when you go around the board for the payday for your regular thing. Yeah, you can get lots of stars, you can get lots of hearts, and you can get lots of money, but it's a kind of a tricky one too, because you can also lose all your stars, and you can also lose or land on the wrong place and go to unemployment. So there's different tricks to all the different ones that you land on, and in the end, the first one who fulfills their pledge at the beginning is the one who wins the game. And this one this was always a fun one. We enjoyed doing that one. We have played this one. I've had it for a long time. We've played this quite a few years. So you can see my box looks pretty bad. Okay, now I want to talk about one crazy game, and that's Mad. Now Mad was, of course, a magazine. I don't know if they even still make it. Do they still make it? Oh, okay. Well, they still make Mad magazine. Well, this was based on the magazine. And this one you have a crazy board. You get money. And the whole idea of this game is to lose, the first one to lose all your money. You don't want to get it, you want to lose it. And you have all kinds of squares that give you money during the game instead of losing it. And then you have some that, of course, you lose it. And another quirk to the game is you're going backwards from the normal rotation where you would normally be going clockwise. You got to go counterclockwise. You got to shake with your right hand or left hand instead of the right hand. You got whatever opposite, everything's opposite. And if you get caught doing anything opposite of what you are, you get money for it. And that makes it harder to win. And at the same time, you land on different spots that gives you cards that you have to do what it says on them. And some of these are kind of crazy. You want to be able to play this where you can have a little space, because lots of times you have to just get up and leave whatever money you have and move to the next chair. Like it'll tell you move, every player moves to the right. Well, you don't take everything you have with you. You have to leave it and the next person gets it. So if you're down to, say, $500, the next person gets that and you have to take whatever they have. So it gets to be kind of a crazy game, and you never know where you're going to end up, because wherever you land, what they tell you. Okay, so here is some of the cards that says, if you are good looking, stand up and imitate your favorite animal and lose $2,000. Well, that one wasn't too bad. I mean, you can stand up and imitate whatever you want to and you lose $2,000. Another one, if one or more of the following letters are in your name, you win the amount indicated. So you win if you get money this time. If any of your money is, if your letters, you got LOSE, and if any of your letters are in your name, you get that kind of money instead of losing it. There, if you're a boy person, you lose $1,000. If you're a girl, you don't get nothing. How about this one? If you can jump up and stay airborne for 37 seconds, you lose $5,000. Well, I don't know too many people, unless they can really get up there, that can jump and stay airborne for 37 seconds. But if you can't, then you just jump and lose $500. And then there's others where you gotta act like a chicken and take a card and just give it to somebody else. And then there's many funny little things that you have to change money. Sometimes you just exchange money. Like it says, change money with the person on your left. So that's kind of what this game is. It's a crazy game. If you get the whole, all 4 people that play it going, it's a lot of fun and it's hilarious. We always had a good time playing this, and we still do once in a while. It's kind of one of those crazy games that everybody has a good time with. And I don't even know if you can get this anymore. I haven't looked it up. All right, now we're back to my most vintage game that I have. And this one is called Burke's Law, and you can see from the board that this is really a beat up game. I've had it since I was a kid, which is probably 50 some years ago. I don't know how old I was when I got it, but I know I wasn't very old, because I've had this as long as I can remember. And in this game, I lost the box. The box is gone. And I have all the original pieces except one. And that was pretty good, I thought, because there's lots of pieces to this game. In this one, you're solving a case. And to do that, you have to collect all the proper identifications of the one you're working on. You go through the cards, and during the game you collect different cards. Some say hair color, some say victim, some say the place the murder took place on. There's clothing color, blanket color, the gender of your victim, the gender of your murderer, and then the weapon that was used. And throughout the game, you're shaking the dice, and you're you build the game board as you go. So we have a red and a white dice, and when you shake it, the dice together tells you where you're going to place your piece when you start the game. So this says 6. Well, it said 6. Okay. It says 6. So then you pick. Do I want to put a murderer on there? Do I want to put a victim? Do I want to put some weapons? You just start building your game board. And once you start building your game board, then you have to start trying to figure out which one of these ones you're going to describe. And then you take whatever on the red dice, which is a 3, and that's the card number that you pick, and you draw. And this one says your murderer is dressed in gray. So if you have a person on the board, say we've played this for a while and we have a few things set up here, you always have a murder, a victim, and a weapon on every one. So let's just say we got a few of these set up. And then okay, the murderer is dressed in gray. So here I got a lady that's dressed in gray. So maybe I'll start trying to describe this particular scene. You have to have the right hair color, the right clothing color, the right weapon, the right blanket color, the place, whether it's in the city or the country, and you have to have the right genders. And throughout the game you draw the cards, and if you get the wrong one, then you just have to wait till you get the right number again to try and draw it. The tricky part of this game is if you have several people playing, you might try to be describing some of the same things, and then it's hard to get your cards. Say there's two of each. There's two people dressed in gray. There's a man and a woman. There's two different people with dark hair. There's a man and a woman. The blanket colors are all different colors. I mean, there's a man and a woman with a same color blanket color. And the tricky part, like I said, is if somebody else is going after a purple blanket, say on this one, and you're trying to describe this set with a purple blanket, and whoever gets it first is going to get the thing. And you'll be looking through that whole pile of cards and not realizing you can't do it. So anyway, the first one to get all 7 of these cards right is the one that wins. And this is a very vintage game, like I said before, and I'm only missing one piece. So if anybody is watching this video that has any idea how to get a hold of one piece, I need a lady dressed in blue with gray hair. I don't have that piece. That's the one piece I've lost in the years that I've had this game, and I would love to have the complete set. But that's all I have for today. Next time we're going to go over party games. We're going to just go on some of the fun ones we've done, and maybe a couple of the unique ones that we have. So anyway, that's all for today. Signing off.